Hello there, welcome to Target Radio's podcast with me, Cookie. Every single week we find different people to speak to, mainly musicians, artists in the unsigned realm of music. And what we do, we have a chat with them, find out a little bit more about them, and obviously explore their music. Now, if you are listening to this on iTunes, please, if you get a chance, give us a 5-star rating if you can. And please make sure you put some comments in there as well. If we're doing something right, that's great. But if we're not doing something as good and you think we could do something better, then please do leave us a message. Let us know. And if you want anything else in the podcast, again, let us know in the comments box. That will be brilliant. Okay, stay tuned then. Today we've got a brilliant artist. Have a listen to this.
Every Monday night.
We'd like to say that in our opinion it is not suitable for children.
Every Monday night.
Or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Every Monday night.
And every Monday night.
Then we have a super sound DJ.
Sean Cook.
Good people, it is my pleasure to present to you
Sean Cook.
the one and only
Sean Cook.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. Hello, 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 and welcome to the show.
So let's have fun.
Now, for those of you watching in black and white, this one is in Technicolor.
Stand by for action.
Oh, Sean Cook.
Eventually. Okay, yes, I had to kick the computer. And guess what? I hurt me toe. But I got it working. Hooray! Anyway, how was your weekend? Mine was great up until about 6 o'clock this evening. And for the last 17 minutes, I've been sweating profusely. Anyway, hope your weekend was nice. Mine weren't bad, actually. Went out to see a brilliant movie called Yesterday. That was 2 days ago, though. I'm confused now already. All about the Beatles, or should we say all about not the Beatles, because I'm not going to say no more. Great film, though. Go and watch it. Went out Friday evening. Yeah, done a gig or two. Well, one, actually. And then Sunday afternoon, done a gig as well. Honestly, it's gigging season at the moment. Anyway, back on the wireless this evening. Of course, the Motley Crew are here. That'll be Andy Topp-Walker, the head of the Motleys, along with Ruby Roo, who's going to be doing the birthdays very shortly after she's eaten her chicken nuggets. And a very special guest this evening, playing nothing but Oasis. So, Mr. Jonny Blaze is in there again. Honestly, I think he just stayed behind. The last time he was here, he was so popular. So, Johnny's going to be doing some Oasis, a little history of the Oasis as well. Even though they weren't together that long in the media eye, we're going to find out a little bit more about the first 3 albums. Looking forward to that. And if you've got a special request or a dedication, you know what to do. Yeah, don't bother us with them. Anyway, more music than you can shake a stick at. Hopefully in the next sort of hour and, minutes. And of course, we're starting off the show this evening with always The Who. But for this show, and up until the 25th of August. What was I looking at April for? August of this year, it is the August Mod Bank weekend holiday doobie what's it. But we're also celebrating 40 glorious years. Go on, count them while we're listening to this. Of Quadrophenia being released. And this is where it gets confusing now, because from 1973, here's The Who with The Rock. Okay, it's your turn now, Ruby. It's birthday time, and if you are having your birthday today, happy birthday. We'll give you a little mention if you're on the Facebook. But first, and most importantly, let's have a look at the rich and famous. Yes, I know, I can see it now. So, who's having his birthday today, then?
Joey Essex.
I wonder if he realises it's his birthday. I'm sorry, but I don't think Joey Essex is as silly as he makes out he is. If he is, good hell. Oh, good hell. Well, I don't know. Right, okay, so Joey Essex having his birthday today. And who else?
Will Wheaton.
And for those who know who Will Wheaton is, he was in My Guy, I believe, and something else. But most importantly, he was in Star Trek Next Generation. Most annoying in that, actually. Country singer, who's that?
Martina McBride.
Lovingly put. Now, this guy here actually looks like Ozzy Osbourne, but it's not. It's
Geddy Lee.
He's a rock singer. And a soap opera actress. No, we're not even going to mention her, are we? Go on, have a go.
Genesis Rodriguez.
Yeah, it sounds great to me. I think you could do it better than me. And I think that's it for the rich and famous. Not so many birthdays today, unfortunately. So it's over to today then. Who's having their birthday today then? It's
Sam Over.
And Sam Over, lead guitarist with the, well, they split up now, but the Regents. Great guitarist, actually. Next.
Ben Taylor.
Happy birthday to you, Ben. Only 29. Young man. Next one we've got
John Pyle.
And he's a young man as well, 68. And next,
Jeanette Shea.
Close enough, and she's a lovely 51. Okay, last one for today then, for today's birthday is
Claudio Catania.
Only because you've practiced it. And recent birthdays then, the last couple of days or so, let's go through them quickly then.
Josephine Black Eagle.
And
Silas Johnson.
And next,
Mark Whitehouse.
And next,
Kerry Bennett.
And
Anthony Beaumont.
Yeah, we'll get there in the end. Two more then.
Roger Newis and Connie Ellison.
Ah, great. And if you are having your birthday today, we've not given you a mention. Why? Come on, sort yourselves out. It's your birthday. Thank you very much indeed, Ruby. And I'll see you later and we'll get packing, shall we? Okay, welcome to Target Radio Podcast. And we're doing a little bit in the middle of our podcast from now on in. With me now, I've got Andy Topp-Walker.
Yeah, Mods and More. What we've done, we've decided that because our friend Curly passed away earlier on this year, we wanted to do something very special in his memory. So what we've decided to do is team up with the help of the AIM, and that's Grant Bell and Jamie Tugg, Darren J. Connett, and the theme being Chris Daly and Paul Basson, gratefully giving us their time so I can organise what will be a fantastic evening of music. Included in the evening, we will be having a raffle. We've had some very generous donations already. Just to name a few, we're getting some donations in from Arcade Clothing. We've got some donations coming in from Bone Clothing, also in Brighton. We've also had some donations from Simon Wells. He's going to be giving us a donation. I'm hoping it's going to be a very, very exciting book that he's just releasing. We've got John Knight has also signed a couple of his two books, the Jimmy Mack, Jimmy Back and the Jimmy Mack sequel. Also, we've had a donation from Harrington and Scar Mod Clothing, and that's just to name a few. I do know that the one and only Gary Shale has also said that he will give us something. 54321 Clothing have actually been kind enough to... Basically, they've donated one of their pin badges, and if my memory serves me correct, it's a pin badge of a lady sitting on a scooter. They will donate 25 pence from every pin that they sell. So if you go onto If It Ain't Mod, It Ain't Me, look them up, they'll be there. Click onto their link, buy a badge, you'll be donating 25p. If you go onto Mods and More, same thing, click onto their link, 25p.
Andy, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. And you're nice and loud today, fortunately. Must be the summer sun.
It must be the summer sun.
It must be the summer sun. It's got to, yeah. How was your weekend?
It was superb, thank you, yes.
Brilliant.
Yours?
What did you do? Hang on, what did you do?
What did we do? Well, just relaxed on the Saturday, to be honest with you.
Yep.
And Sunday we decided that we were going to go up to Brighton and say hello. Say hello.
Say
To the South Coast.
How many did you have? So you went up to the Modern World Cafe?
Yes, we went up to the Modern World Cafe. Spent a bit of time with Neil Sykes and Stacey. Yes, indeed.
Oh, lovely. And did you see Bowie, little Bowie?
Oh, mate, he's great.
I know, he's getting so big.
He is.
They've got to stop feeding him. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, tough. Right, now, behind me, which is really rude, actually, I've got my back to him, haven't I?
Yeah.
Again, yes. I've got to sort this studio out so we can have special guests. I can actually see them. I like to see the whites of their eyes, Andy, you see. We've got none other than Jonny Blaze. Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
I'm very well, mate.
Good. Yeah, not too bad. All excited and giddy now because it's holiday time. So we're off for a couple of weeks here on the show, but we thought, well, why not, Andy? Let's have a musical entourage to finish off, a really busy period of time here at Target Radio of all the guests that you seem to keep throwing at me.
Sorry.
That's all right. No, don't be sorry. It's been brilliant. So thank you very much to every single guest. And we thought, well, we'll have a live one tonight. And we've got Jonny Blaze with us. So, Johnny, now, it was your idea, your concept of this, because obviously we don't do a lot of, should we say, Brit pop? I think that's the terminology, even though they're not really pop. What you're going to be playing this evening, are you? They're not pop, are they?
Well, it's not. It's a nod to the Boys on the Wall, isn't it? The Who, the Stones, and all that kind of thing. And they brought it all together in one band, I think.
Yeah.
And as they're quite big at the moment, both Noel and Liam, respectively, and Oasis are back in the charts and all that kind of thing. So I thought, you know what? I've always wanted to play Oasis on the radio.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd ask Mr. Sean Cook.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, he asked loads of others first, and they all said no.
Sure. Thousands willing. You've got me here now. So.
Oh, brilliant, lovely. Now, keep sort of like your mouth on the microphone. Keep fading in and out.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you quite well, but then you go, then you come back again. No,
I've got a swivel chair, that's what it is.
I know, I put you on a fixed chair and you didn't want that.
I know.
I had to go and get a swivel chair. For goodness sake. So, Oasis then, obviously you mentioned a few bands there, but you forgot the Beatles, because obviously they've compared themselves as a sort of second generation of Beatles, or am I completely wrong?
No, it was Oasis Mania, wasn't it? It was indicative of the Beatles. They went to Japan first.
Yep.
And it was crazy. I mean, they'd only been together, a year properly.
Yeah.
Song by creation.
Mm-hmm.
But originally they were called The Rain, and Liam was their singer, who asked to be the singer. Noel was on tour with the Spiral Carpets as a roadie, literally just getting drunk and high and setting up guitars and drums.
And why not?
He comes back to Manchester to find his brother, who never expressed an interest in music, to find he's in a band.
Yeah,
and he went to his mum's house. Where's Liam? He's rehearsing. Doing what? He's in a band. He's in a band.
He's in a what? He's in a what?
Yeah, he's a singer. He's a singer. So he went to see him and goes, look, you're awful, but you definitely got something as a front man. So he goes, look, I've got loads of songs. You fancy taking on the world? That's the long and short of it.
Yeah.
But the books are available.
There are books available if you care to read, or you can just listen to the history with us here at Target Radio. So,
that was long and short of it. Alan McGee had missed his train home. He went to catch a local band who were a girl group, I believe.
Right.
And they invited Oasis up from Manchester, and they filled a van with loads of their friends and equipment. Turned up, and the guy's like, "You're not supposed to be playing here tonight."
No.
And the legend has it that they were like, "Look, there's 17 of us here, and there's 2 of you on the door. So you give us half an hour, otherwise we're going to smash the gap up." As they like to put it. And you know what they're like, do you know what I mean? You know what they're like.
Yeah, you never upset a Mancunian, especially when they want to play music.
But they had a hard upbringing, Their dad used to beat them and come back in drunken rages and all this kind of
Well, the boys have done good, haven't they? Let's be fair. I mean, I know they had their on and off screen battles and, that 1 minute they're loved by the press, the next minute they're hated by absolutely everyone. But how I look at it in the media sort of sense form, if you're not getting mentioned, whether it's good or bad or ugly, then you're not getting mentioned. So they actually done something really, really creative here. They were good and they were bad in the same sort of sentence, but they were getting mentioned in the media. So,
they could do no wrong.
They could do no wrong, really. They could walk on water, the pair of the boys, the boys themselves. Now, obviously, who's the sort of one that you don't really want to meet down a dark alley? Which one is it?
Oh, I don't care.
You don't care?
I'll spot Liam out easy. Don't worry about that.
I'm sure he's listening.
That, but he's about 3-4 inches shorter than me, and
there we go.
A couple of clouts he'll be out.
There we go.
I'd like to meet Liam more than Noel, to be honest.
Really?
I think he's got a bit of a messiah complex these days now.
I
think he's gone into himself, and I think he don't like the fact that Liam's Parker monkeys, as he like to call them, are taking on the world again. But either or. I'll have a beer with them.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I think we'd all like to have a beer with them. Only one, though. My goodness me. Can you imagine them on a few?
I don't think you can have one beer with the Gallagher brothers, mate.
No, I don't think you're allowed.
No,
I think it's somewhere law is written. What do you think, Andy?
Exactly.
I
I'd love to be there.
It'd be great fun, wouldn't it? I'll be a fly on the wall, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to be good these days, so meeting those two for a pint wouldn't be the best idea.
Absolutely. Right, so, Johnny, you're going to be playing a song in a second. I just want you to wave now to everyone on Facebook Live, because we are now on Facebook Live. So, hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
It'd be nice to have your company
on
here
the
this
radio.
evening. You're on the wireless? Yeah, it's great. Yeah. It was wireless earlier because we couldn't get no signal. For goodness sake, what's all that about? Right, so we're going to do... is it going to be sort of a chronological order of music that we're playing this evening?
That, yeah. I mean, this one's for my mate Simsy.
Okay.
Chris Sims, who's and Andy Topp-Walker sitting in the corner there. He said Supersonic straight away. So yeah, and I've had a couple more requests for this. This is the first single.
Okay.
Supersonic, which they wrote in the studio. Well, Noel wrote in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
They were originally supposed to record "Bring It On Down," which is the 7th track off Definitely Maybe.
Okay.
But the drummer couldn't get the timing right, so he went back 45 minutes later, come out when everyone had eaten a Chinese.
Yep.
And
as
said,
you do.
Yeah, and there was a dog underneath the desk called Elsa, and it had done his awful farts. So the lyrics were, I know a girl called Elsa, she's into Alka-Seltzer. It's like the dog's been at the Alka-Seltzer again.
Oh, no.
So it just come out of nowhere. And, yeah, that's the beauty of it. I think that's one of my favourites because
Fantastic.
of that reason, yeah.
I love these little stories. You don't get to hear these stories often. I have actually heard that story before, but, if you just sort of browse in and out of Oasis, listen to the music, but not really pay a lot of interest into the history of it, you wouldn't hear these fantastic little clips and snippets of real sort of like, not very useful information, but really entertaining. So that is really good.
Into it, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Sort of yeah, they resonate, definitely.
Well, when they first came out, I'll be honest with you, I thought, who are these lot? I don't even like them. They're loud, obnoxious, and they grew on you. They really did grow on you.
Fungi.
They are. They are.
Fun guys as well.
Right, we're going to have enough chat, I think. I think we're going to pass the guitar, the mantle, and, of course, the music over to Jonny Blaze there. He's going to play Supersonic, is that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Let's give him a big round of applause. Come on.
Woo! It goes like this. Cheers, thank you.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Oasis. That's brilliant.
I've been playing that song for 18 years, mate. So
you sort of know you sort of know what you're doing now by then.
Yeah, I'm still not quite there. I like to tuck in a little bit of their personalities vocally. You know what I mean?
That's it. He's already stuck his fingers up at me.
A song, you know. It's not my song, so I'm not going to sing it like my song. So a little bit here and there, but
yeah,
I quite enjoyed it.
Did you notice he stuck 2 fingers up at me halfway through that as well? Yeah, very Gallagher,
hard
wasn't
doing it when you got a guitar in your hand and picking the other.
So it wasn't your fingers, right? Okay, there we go.
Must have me confused with the Amazing John.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. That sounded so good. Now, my apologies to whoever lost a little bit of your performance there, because we did go off air just very, very briefly. I have no idea why, but we're back on now. We're strong.
Panicking, yeah.
I know, we're all panicking here. I have no idea why. I think it's something to do with the other end. It's nothing to do with us. We are broadcasting loud and proud. Unfortunately, we did lose you just for a short while there. Okay, welcome to Target Radio Podcast, and we're doing a little bit in the middle of our podcast from now on in, basically just to advertise a couple of special events that are coming your way very soon. With me now, I've got Andy Topp-Walker, who's helping with the March of the Mods, which is Saturday the 21st of March, 2020, so that's next year, kick-starting off at 1 o'clock all the way through till 1 a.m. Andy, 12 hours, mate, that's a long time.
12 hours of wonderful music.
It's going to be wonderful music. So who's appearing on March of the Mods 2020 at the Holroyd Arms? That's in Guildford.
It's in Guildford, and I'm pleased to announce that from the Chords UK, we actually have Chris Pope.
Wow.
And he's going to be doing an acoustic set for us.
Okay, that sounds good.
We also have The Aim, The Spirals, The Sonics.
Who else we got?
Then we've got The Modern Apes. And then we're followed by, it's great to announce that the Trojan Beats are actually going to be there as well. We also have the 48Ks there.
Now that is a great band.
Absolutely. So looking forward to hearing them.
Fantastic.
Them. A new up-and-coming young band called the Lightscopes.
And anything else?
And then we're having a bit of a Q&A session going
Question
on.
and answers, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. With Modzines.
Ah, now, is that something to do with one Eddie Pillar?
I believe it is.
Wow. Now, we're going to be asking questions to Eddie?
No, I believe he's going to be asking the questions to some very special guests.
Oh, the great Eddie Pillar live on the stage area of March of the Mods 2020, and that's on the 21st of March at the Holroyd Arms. Target Radio, we're going to be recording the whole event live. Brilliant. And how do we get tickets, please?
You can, if you go on to Mods and More, we've got an advert going up there. Just click on the link and that takes you directly into the tickets.
Brilliant.
You can also do the same, obviously, here on Target Radio. Click onto the link, take you directly into the tickets. And then also on most of the great Facebook pages that are out there that have actually offered to promote this great cause.
That is fantastic. Brilliant stuff. And how much does the tickets cost?
The tickets are £10 in advance. And if you're lucky enough to turn up on the day and there are still availability, it's £15 on the door.
Brilliant. Excellent. Right, okay, so that's March of the Mods, Saturday the 21st of March 2020. Kick starts at 1 p.m. Don't be late.
Don't be late.
Okay, and you're going to look great. Bring a change of clothes because we're going to get hot and sweaty in there. Going right the way through till 1 o'clock in the morning. Do you think you can do 12 hours? Right, so in summer of 1992, Oasis are formed after Paul Bonehead Arthurs and Paul Giggsy McGuigan and Tony McCarroll asked Liam Gallagher, as you said, to join their band Rain, and suggested a name change. Later, his brother Noel was invited to join. He said he will, but only if he can be boss. Is that right?
That's pretty much it, yeah. Because he had the songs, on the road with the spiral carpets and just penning songs and having a good time, and it reflects in the first album, you know, Cigarettes and Alcohol, Rock and Roll Style, Live Forever. So I think he already had the idea there.
Yeah,
but
indeed.
he needed someone like Liam to come along and shout from the rooftops, basically, what it was about, and he did a pretty good job, I think.
Fantastic.
And
obviously,
one without the other wouldn't work.
Absolutely, no. One sort of like fed off each other, didn't they, really, to be fair. So the first single, Supersonics, you just heard here on Target Radio, reached number 31, just number 31 in the charts, which is really surprising because it is actually an iconic song, isn't it?
It is. I mean, at the time, though, you had a load of acid house, the tail end of that, and then you had this really kind of bleak period where nothing came out.
It was very dull, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Pop, music was very dull.
Pop stuff and Boyzone and all sorts. So when it came out, people were, we like this, and then hence number 31 on the charts. A lot of bands at the time wouldn't even touch that. They'd take about 2-3 years to get on the radio.
Absolutely,
so it was like refreshing, and because it was so simple, the way it was, written, it was just refreshing to have someone to come along and say something, even though some of the lyrics are nonsense. But it was the directness of it, and it made you feel like you could be anything when you were nothing. Do you know what I mean? The way they come across in general.
Well, absolutely. I mean, obviously they compared themselves to the greats like the Beatles and stuff, and you listen to some of the Beatles records, some of the stuff really didn't make any sense at all.
No, I Am the Walrus.
I mean, what's that all about?
I know.
I mean, is he some sort of aquarian seal or something? What's that all about?
I think it was to do with their recreational behaviour at the time.
Absolutely.
I think to them it was like the ingredients of a coffee, a coffee mug or something.
Actually, I don't think they were very well. They were all on these. They were all on these pills. I think they all had headaches. Yeah. So, in August 1994, then back to Oasis, Live Forever became the band's first top 10 single. First album, Definitely Maybe, was released. So, we're going to get back to you in a few seconds' time. Yeah. I thought we'd play this. Now, this is actually redone, and it was re-released in 2007. Have a listen to this. There we go. Wilson Pickett there in the midnight hour. And the way the show's going tonight, it might be until the midnight hour, Andy, before we can actually get a secure signal. Now, I do apologise. We are sort of dropping in and out of our broadcasting tonight, which is a real shame because we've got a brilliant artist in with us today, haven't we?
We have indeed. So please stick with us.
Yeah, please stay with us and we'll do our very best. We'll keep kicking the computer. So, Jonny Blaze, hello.
Hello. Yeah,
you just played Supersonic, which was absolutely brilliant. And obviously going through the timeline then. So, in August of 94, the band's top 10 single was Live Forever from their first album, Definitely Maybe. Aye. So, what are you playing next?
It's called Whatever.
Well, how rude! Is that from the first album then?
No. It was just between Definitely Maybe and Morning Glory. It was actually a Christmas single. It reached number 3 in the charts.
See, he knows more than what I do. Obviously,
well, you guys are Who guys, aren't you? So,
who?
Yeah, exactly. Who?
Definitely Maybe.
Definitely Maybe. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
I don't know. all these male testosteronic, Oasis quotes going around, in here. It's unbelievable. I might just sit back now and enjoy this next one. So, tell us a bit more about the story. The song before you play it.
It's a Christmas song.
Yeah.
Singing definitely maybe Morning Glory. Number 3 in the charts. Recorded in the White Room, the music video. And Noel turned up. He had fallen asleep in a bus stop. It was found by his manager asleep in a bus stop. He's like, you've got to go and do a video here. So in the video, he's eating McDonald's, funny enough, because your son gave me some chicken nuggets earlier, right?
That's it, yeah.
And he was eating McDonald's, and the camera pans round, and he's got these chips he's stuffing in his face. And Liam didn't like it, so he started... see, his face the whole way through the video just wasn't happy, and Noel was quite happy with his hangover. So.
Oh my goodness me!
Yeah, no, great song. Sounds like the Beatles. Sounds a bit Christmassy as well.
Yeah, indeed. And you've had a chicken McNugget, so you're really into it now, aren't you?
Yeah, I want another 19.
That's it. Well, we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can get a Deliveroo here or something. Right, there we go. Right, big hand then, please, for Mr. Jonny Blaze.
Thank you very much.
That absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I like that one. It goes down well at parties, all that.
Absolutely. Do you get to play a lot of Oasis though when you're out on the road?
Yeah. I get a lot of requests for it because they're like, "Oh, your music sounds like Oasis. Do you know any Oasis?" I'm like, "Well, of course." My ears have been fully open for the last 20 years.
Yes. Oasis who?
I know. It's really, really big again at the moment. It's like I'm reliving my youth, seeing it all over Facebook and on TV, and there's DVDs out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Are we live here?
Yeah, we are live. Yeah, we're still live. Yeah, no problems at all.
Where it all started was where my dad took me to see Oasis at Wembley Stadium.
Oh right, okay.
And they'd done 2 nights.
Yeah.
And we were at the one that was good and the one that came out on DVD. Now there's about 3 DVDs of their gigs that came out in the shops.
Yeah.
And I was at one of them, and that told me something that day.
It did. Yeah. You were destined to come onto Target Radio and play Oasis tracks for the masses.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, indeed. Let's go back then to 1995 then, and not that we watch it now because it is a pile of pants, but Oasis collect a Brit Award for the Best Newcomers.
Yes.
Doesn't seem that long ago, but it is 1995. Come on.
25 years ago.
25, almost 25 years. Next year it'll be 25-year anniversary of them collecting that Brits.
Awards, actually, because they went up to collect it, and Liam went up and said something. I'd like to thank all the people. And he done this kind of blurrish kind of Essex accent.
Yeah.
And then they went, oh, the people. and then Michael Hutchins another year gave him a Brit Award, and then Liam pretended to stick it up his bum.
That's right, yeah. Well, words to that effect. Obviously, we kept it nice and radio friendly.
Yeah,
there.
Sorry about
That's
that.
okay. No, you're all right. You're okay. If you're eating your dinner, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. In April of 1995, then, just we're going with a chronological order. The drummer Tony McCarroll leaves the band.
Yes.
Why?
Because he wasn't capable of the sort of the drumming that needed to be done.
Yeah.
You know, he'd done Some Might Say off Morning Glory, and he got a payout of 175 grand, I think. Shortly after that.
Wow.
But, it was just, he couldn't even do Bring It On Down.
No.
Now, Alan White was in a studio next door, and his brother plays for Paul Weller, I believe.
That's it, there's your connection.
Steve White, Alan White, the brothers?
They are indeed, yeah. So, brothers.
So, and I was like, he's like, I'm having that drummer there. So he sort of goes next door, and the legend has it. See, with Oasis, you know, you'd like to believe the hype and the fact that went on. But I don't disbelieve it in the same breath, you know. Because that's what they're like, you know. I want that drum. I'm going to have him.
Absolutely. So what they wanted, they went and got.
Exactly. Yeah.
Brilliant. I think there was some negotiations involved there and some paperwork and stuff like that. Yeah. But you know, out of all the sort of like the solicitors and all the other people that make lots of money, generally they just went, well, I'm pointing to him. I'm having him, and they got him. So Alan White was replaced Tony McCarroll in April of 1995. Then in October of the same year, what's the story then? Morning Glory, their second album is released, and it goes where? Straight to number 1 in just a week. So there we go. So
a little fact about Oasis.
Yeah, go for it.
They've got all their albums went straight to number 1. Not even the Beatles did that, because Please Please Me went to number 2. So they'll be more than made up with that fact, I'm sure. But yeah, that's a little fact there for you. You're in the Guinness Book of Records for that.
Wow. Now, that's something we'd like to obviously discover and explore here.
Yeah.
And that is brilliant. I'm so sorry to Mike Thompson if he's tuning in, because I know Beatles is his favourite all-time go-to band. He'll get over it, yeah. I mean, you know. So, in February of 1996... Okay, they win 3. Count them, 1, 2, 3. Best band, best album, and best video for Wonderwall.
Yeah, it wasn't all that. I mean, it's a bit weird. It starts off, a clown walks in, puts the record player on.
Yep.
They all sit around. Liam looks like he's got the ump. They play the fruit machine, and they play a bit of pool and throw some darts.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Indeed.
Make it in black and white, and that was it. It won best video. But any band at the time had a good song up, the video came with it.
Yeah, yeah,
so
absolutely.
If you're going to win best song, best album, you're going to get the best video.
Who did they use for their videos, though? Who did?
Mark's.
There we go. Put him on the.
Paolo Hewitt did the photography. I know that.
Yes,
because he worked with a lot of people like of the same ilk.
Well, Paolo Hewitt just up the road here in Woking, and local lad, and went to school, Paul. What the?
Jill Furmanovsky.
There he is.
Did it.
There he is.
I dug that out. That's a hard surname to say as well.
Absolutely.
It must be the Coca-Cola.
The Coca-Cola is working. That is brilliant. Yeah. We give the hard stuff here at Target Radio. Right, obviously other colas are available. Now, we've had quite a few requests throughout the last couple of weeks when we first explored this idea of you coming in and playing nothing but Oasis. So what's your next song then?
Well, as we touched on Morning Glory, I'm going to have to play Wonderwall now. And it's your request.
Yes!
Yeah.
I do like this one. It's a really good, I mean, obviously being a mobile DJ, it's one of those go-to songs, especially to liven up crowds and obviously to finish off an evening as well. Especially if there's a load of guys there. If it's not sort of a wedding or something like that. It's really a blokey song, isn't it?
Yeah, because at the parties and weddings and stuff, you get the girls up for doing the Macarena and all sorts and all that. But
do you know, 30 years I've been playing that and I still don't know the moves to it. I'll turn me back on them.
Yeah, I've got their first 2 albums. I've lost interest after that.
Absolutely,
but like, a wedding or so, a party or something, then you play a bit of Oasis and the lads are up, they're at the bar, you know what I mean, they're singing along, and then all of a sudden you've got guys and girls on the dance floor.
Oh yeah, the girls do like a bit of Wonderwall. Anyway. No, I've never done the Macarena in my life.
Oh, give me that, Sean.
No, I've never done it. I've never done it in my life. No.
My daughter will be listening. She'll be like, I know that Macarena.
I bet she does. I mean, I struggle with oops upside your head. I'm all right getting down. It's getting up again now at my age. Right, okay. Enough from me. More from you now, Johnny, and you're going to be playing my pick now, which is Wonderwall, which I'm really looking forward to hearing this one.
I'm looking forward to playing it, actually.
Excellent.
I used to try and avoid this, but everybody I've heard plays it a little bit sort of wooden, and it's supposed to swing.
Cheers. Oh, that is
absolutely. Dancer as well outside.
I know. My wife came out, my daughter came out, and they're all giving it a bit of a bit of oomph in the garden there. My goodness me!
It gets people off their feet, doesn't it?
It does, and
it's not quite a wedding.
No, it's brilliant. Now, I'm going to sort of... I don't know we're on a timeline here, but when did this controversy, this, how can we say, between 2 bohemian bands, which was obviously one being Oasis, which we're listening to this evening, and Blur. Now, they were going for the #1 spot, weren't they?
Yeah, it was Country House and Roll With It. And now, I've heard from the Oasis camp, I say Oasis camp, the books I've read, that a lot of Roll With It singles got released without a barcode and didn't actually register onto the chart. But I think that's just them throwing their toys out the pram because they got beaten to #1 spot. But I think that the Blur won the battle, but Oasis won the war, as it were.
Yes.
But no, Blur, amazing. Some of their albums, 13, Park Life and all sorts, yeah, definitely.
Yes, of course, yeah.
But yeah, no, they were no comparison at the time. In the way they come across and stuff, people needed something to believe in. I think the Oasis were like that. And, you know, that Park Life and all that, they were Essex boys, and they were a bit posher than they let on. And they tried to sort of get down to the grassroots with all the, you know, I was going to say the...
Yes.
Stickers.
Beep.
Exactly.
I'd be beep button ready.
They came down a level to sort of sell records in a way, without quoting me like that. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got hold of the working class hero type thing.
Yeah, I think so as well, because they definitely put Manchester on the map, though, didn't they, really? I mean, you know, there have been lots of bands coming up from up north, like, you know, I mean, like with Pulp, obviously, from Sheffield, which is not that far away.
They did right off the back of that.
Well, the thing is, I was about to say that as well, because with Pulp, they've been going since the early part of the 80s. A lot of people didn't realise that. And they were just about to disband. And then, obviously, along came, like, this Brit pop invasion, obviously, I think led by the Mod 5 father, Mr. Weller, obviously he found his writing mojo again.
Yeah, he
obviously
picked up his
Oasis,
guitar again, didn't he?
he picked up his guitar.
Yeah.
Oasis were out there smashing it up, and literally, and then obviously the sort of like the shall we say the record fight to number one with Blur and Oasis, and obviously as you said, Blur just pipped them at the post. Whether that was or no, who knows?
Went on to sell 14 million.
Of course it did.
It's obviously creeping up now.
Absolutely.
So, worldwide.
So we've Pulp, one of my favourites as well, from Sheffield, just about to disband, and they brought out that mammoth Common People, which really sort of like ricocheted them to the top as well. Things were starting to look good in the mid to late 90s, which were quite bleak. It was quite bleak, as you said before. So, we had a few stronghold bands and artists out there, Mr. Weller pretty much leading the way with the Modfather routine. Yeah. So I thought, okay, give you a little rest now. We're going to say goodbye to Facebook Live, so bye! And for those are still joining us here at Target Radio, thank you very much indeed. And I thought we'd just play this one and give Johnny a headache. Here we go. We're talking about Oasis here. And with us here today, we've got none other than the mighty Jonny Blaze. And I'll tell you what, he's knocking them out of the park, Andy.
He is indeed.
Indeed.
Every minute of it.
Cheers, boys.
I'll tell you what, they're really, really good. So let's go back to the timeline then with Oasis. So we're up to 1997 now. And both boys marry. Liam marries Patsy Kensit. And of April of 1997. And do you know, it was Noel, Liam's best man?
Was he?
I don't know, was he?
No, I don't think he was. I
no.
think he was their brother Paul.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And in June of 97, Noel marries Meg Matthews. And who was Noel's best man?
I'm not. Richard Ashcroft, maybe.
I think he was, because you would naturally assume that they would be each other's best men, but they weren't.
No, well, no, I don't think that's a thing for them. I don't think
they're not actually best of friends, are they? So
no. Well,
the last thing was your brother popping up in the way they were and handing over the rings.
What you doing here?
Can you imagine the stag do's as well?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I bet they turned up for each of those. And in 1997 of the same year, in August, very very busy year for the guys. The third album, Be Here Now, was released.
Yes.
Okay,
fastest selling debut album fastest selling album in UK history up until the Arctic Monkeys, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
175,000 copies in the first week.
Wow, there we go.
Yeah.
Now, something you mentioned before, obviously you had a little break, and obviously we played a couple of tracks there.
Yeah.
That when they released a single, they didn't release just a single with a sort of an instrumental B-side. Explain what you were telling us.
Well, yeah, I mean, most bands, they will release the single with a remix, with an acoustic version, with a live version, blah, blah, blah. But what they tended to do was fill every single with another 3 tracks. I mean, you had, some might say, Talk Tonight, Head Shrinker.
Yeah.
All Around the World, Flashbacks, great tune. They had a cover of David Bowie's Heroes on there.
Fantastic.
Supersonic even, there's a song called Take Me Away, which I was going to play, but I've replaced that with Talk Tonight now.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, every single was filled with tracks that made up another album, a B-side album, which reached number 2 in the charts.
Excellent.
Which is not bad. I mean, studio albums, everyone went to number 1, but the B-side album went to number 2.
Okay.
But still, for extra tracks, and you wouldn't really expect it from, especially with that period, do you know what I mean?
No, indeed.
It was all about karaoke versions and all this kind of
Well, absolutely. And it says something about Oasis, because obviously they have this sort of persona of, like, they hate the world and F you and F this and all of the other bits and pieces. But they really did care about their hardcore fans, and they really did treat them to lots of, shall we say, music that they wouldn't have normally heard.
No, exactly. But the thing is, you say that about, they come across as aggressive and all that, but their music's quite uplifting. And I mean, for me, they made me feel like I could be anything when I was nothing. Because they're council estate kids, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They had some battered old guitars, and this is literally what I had. My uncle lent me my first guitar. My dad took me to my first gig. And there they were, 2 years later. Liam was still on the dole, I think. When they played Main Road, he still was living with his mum. With his grey tracksuit on. So,
my goodness me.
It's a story and a half.
Yeah, and on Monday morning went to sign on. They went, "You've been working?" No.
I'm signing off. Well, you got a job? You go, "No, I'm a pop star now." That's what they said. Yeah.
I'll tell you an amusing quick story about, and obviously the connection with Paul Weller again here was Steve Tufty Carver was basically in between jobs, and he went to sign on, and he signed on literally 1 week. And then signed off and said he got a job. And they went, "Oh, fantastic, what are you doing?" He said, "I'm roadieing for the Jam." And they went, "I beg your pardon, what's that? Is that a proper job?" He went, well, it is now. And that's what he done for the next sort of 7-8 years with the Jam. So he went roadieing. Yeah, we went roadieing.
It's not a bad gig, that, roadieing.
No, it's all right. I mean, he went to see most of the concerts. I think he was actually there for every single concert they've done. So there we go. That's Steve Tufty Carver. And you can catch him on the 11th of this August. The 11th of August, which will be a Sunday, for his 1 year. 1 year celebration. 1 year of the punk rock show, which will feature... You've got it. The Jam. Right, okay. Now, we're featuring the Oasis today, so we mentioned just briefly about B-sides. You are going to play one of those now, aren't you?
Yeah, I was going to play Take Me Away, but I don't think it's that well known to a lot of his, so I reckon I'll play Talk Tonight, which, by the way, Paul Weller plays keys on.
Ah, right, and straight after that one...
He did live anyway. It's his favourite Oasis song. And also, obviously, he did the lead guitar for the Champagne Supernova of Morning Glory. So, as you guys are Who fans and Mod fans, I thought I'd chuck in the Talk Tonight.
You're
in
so
reflection.
kind.
There you go. Right.
He's thoughtful. If nothing there, he's thoughtful.
Give me 2 Coca-Colas, chicken nugget.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's a chicken nugget. We don't do plurals here. I'll tell you what. Let's give him a big hand then. Come on, Jonny Blaze. Woo!
Thank you very much.
Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. What a really lovely song.
It's a lovely song, yeah.
Do you know, I don't think I've ever heard that one before. Have you, Andy?
I have, yes.
You have?
Sorry, yes,
it's okay.
It was about Nolan left the band and left America, and he flew to Vegas, I think it was. Or San Francisco, actually, because his manager found the last call records from his hotel room.
Right.
And he met this girl, and hence the lyric, "All your dreams are made of strawberry lemonade."
Yeah.
Because she used to drink this strawberry stuff called Schnapple.
Okay.
And that's what it was. And she talked him out of leaving Oasis, basically. So legend has it.
Wow, there you go. There we go. So made a whole record about that.
Well, yeah.
Fantastic, really. When you think about it, you know, they can make records about absolutely anything. Yep. But they made a record within their own sort of band, which is rather unique. Mm. That is very, very clever.
And again, a spare track on the Some Might Say single.
Yes, indeed.
It's their first number 1. Yeah.
Brilliant, lovely. Now we have got Jonny Blaze with us. Hi, Jonny, you back?
Yeah, I'm here, mate.
He's there. He's just tuning up there in the background. Now we are having an Oasis. We're just basically doing the first 3 albums, covering that first 3 sort of like albums, and right. So the third album's here, 1997, which is Be Here Now. Now in March 1999. Oasis agreed, now obviously that's the band, an out-of-court settlement with the former drummer of Tony McCarroll, who obviously left because he just weren't, cutting the mustard, as he said.
Their very own Buddy Rich.
Indeed. And he tries to sue the band for 20% of the royalties.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, bite the hand at fees, come on.
I mean, he got 175 grand, which I can guarantee you isn't 20% of their royalties.
No. Probably about 0.2% of their royalties.
But he walked out there a happy man. I mean, to be fair, I've watched a lot of documentaries about him, and he was a family man from the very beginning.
Yeah.
None of the others had children, so he had one eye on his family back at home. So when it started going mad, and he wasn't quite up to it, and he got bullied quite a lot, actually. It was just unfortunate within the band situation. I felt for him a bit after seeing, what was it? Definitely maybe the documentary for that and a couple of others. I felt for him a bit, to be honest, but he left when it was right, and he couldn't have made the second album or indeed the later albums where they started getting a bit fruity with the drumming and this backward loops and all that kind of thing. So his time had been and gone, so it was time for a new.
He done his thing, He started off something really, he started off an incredible journey with Oasis, but as you say,
he started doing audiences with now.
Oh, right, there you go.
Yeah, a Pizza Hut's near you.
There we go. He's got to feed the family. Right, so in April of the same year, 1999, the band go to the south of France to start recording their 4th studio album.
Yes.
And of the same year, in August, Bonehead and Giggsy quit the band.
Yeah, there was a squabble over some of the roadies got drenched in wine, and they just felt like it wasn't the same anymore. There was far too much management going on, far too much do this, do that.
Yeah.
I think Noel was fairly keen to talk to newspapers, and it was kind of getting a bit sort of commercial. And as the leader of the band, as he likes to call himself, they didn't like it. It lost its romance. And one of Noel's key men, I can't remember his name now, it escapes me.
Don't worry.
He left the band briefly. I think he came back, but he left the band because it wasn't the same. He said once record management got involved and it got too much money involved, then it lost its romance. I think Nebworth was the pinnacle moment where it was still cool to go to live gigs and actually go and enjoy it like that.
Indeed. Obviously, we're just going to backtrack slightly there. Going back to August 1996, Oasis played to 125,000 fans in 2 days at Nebworth. Yeah. So that's the few bits and pieces
there.
That
was apparently. I didn't go, but Prodigy with their Ocean Colour Scene. Supergrass, I think.
Yeah.
All those guys.
They're all right, you know.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
Right,
they're all right. Okay, so we've got another couple of songs from you before we let you. We release you from the Target Radio dungeons of the studio here. So, what's your penultimate track for us today? Then that means the one before last.
This is called "Don't Go Away."
Okay, we won't then.
This is for my missus.
Ah,
it's our song. And,
give her a little mention.
Yeah, no, Katie girl, I love you a bit.
So there we go.
A lot, and
yes, you have.
Out of the storm at the moment into the sunshine, as it were. We're trying to anyway.
Yeah, indeed.
Problems still, but we'll get there.
Absolutely. For those who know, they know. Obviously, we're not going to go on about that.
And for my boy, who's due date the other day. We lost him fairly early doors, 20 weeks old. So this is for you guys.
Ah, there we go. Let's give him a nice little round of applause. Come on.
Shall I just go then?
Yeah, just go for it. Go.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Ah, that was absolutely lovely. Brilliant stuff. Simon Routley wants to say, evening, Sean, great show. Katie Gill, lots of blue hearts out there for you, my friend. And Howling Wolf said, great show, Cookie. Thank you, but nothing to do with me. It's to do with my special guest this evening, Mr. Jonny Blaze, or Johnny B now, as we... Johnny B!
I'm hardly ever John these days. It's Blazy, Jonny Blaze.
Well,
get face, what my daughter calls me.
There we go. We've raised it up to that level, have we? Get face. Right. Okay. Now we've got another little announcement to make, so I thought we would play this in the background. This is the RAF, and we are the mods. So, Andy. Hello. Hello. Now, obviously, we are celebrating this year 40 glorious years of Quadrophenia. We are indeed. And obviously, lots of events up and down the country, but obviously, iconically, we are looking to, get to Brighton and soak in the atmosphere and, see what's happening down there and things like that, really.
That's right.
Yeah, that's all we're going to say on the matter, I think. Okay. We're gonna be down there probably, maybe signing an autograph or two.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe do something, I don't know. So anyway, keep tuned here at Target Radio. That's all we're gonna say on it. That's it. That's all we're gonna say. Unless you want to add anything.
Should we give them just a little bit more?
What, do you think they deserve it?
Well, should we just say, look out for Sunday.
Sunday,
the bank holiday Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be the 25th then.
That would be the 25th.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, and are we allowed to mention the road?
We can mention.
We can mention many roads, We can mention Oxford Street, Regent Street in London. We can mention those.
We can mention Madeira Drive.
Yeah, where's that?
That's near the Modern World Cafe.
The Modern World Cafe?
Yeah.
I was at that little establishment that serves great drinks there and nice tasty snacks, including fish and chips, at very reasonable rates.
Absolutely right.
And, Neil Sykes runs that place, doesn't he? Along with that really lovely partner of his. What's her name again? Stacey. And they've got that, they've got a lovely little boy called, what's his name? Bowie.
I'm sorry, Neil, I said it wrong.
You said it wrong. That's it. Now you're going to be.
I'm so sorry.
So on the 25th, if you want to come down to the Modern World Cafe and watch Andy Topp-Walker do the washing up, that'll be very, very nice indeed to celebrate 40 glorious years of Quadrophenia. You're doing the washing up now.
I'll do some washing up.
You do.
But we might be listening for a little bit more than that. Though.
What, listening to you washing up? Right. Okay. Now we have got a watch party going on. Well, we did have because we're just about to come off it. There we go, we're off it now because we're going to play this one and then we'll have Jonny Blaze finishing off the show with one more Oasis track, which I'm really looking forward to. So we've spoke about Paul Weller quite a bit during the course of today. Of course, he was part of the sort of Brit pop era, you know, where the sort of great music started to come back to us. And I would say 93, 94. Well, this is from 95, 96, and this is The Changing Man.
I heard you say,
woo! And you are listening to Target Radio. Jonny Blaze there. Thank you.
Today.
I've just crashed his own vocals there. Oh, fantastic. Johnny B! Woo! And that's it for a couple of weeks from us here at Target Radio. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves as much as we have here. A little bit late in going to our next show, but thanks ever so much indeed. One more time. Come on, Jonny Blaze! Woo! And we're out of here. Thank you. See you again in a couple of weeks' time. Enjoy yourselves. Don't forget, we have actually got a special show next week. It's a pre-recorded show, and we do have a special guest. How can we do it? Tune in from 6 o'clock next Monday night.